This finding aids book is prepared to facilitate the retrieving and use of the record and archival materials related to Tan Sri Dr. Hajjah Fatimah Binti Hashim. Various of the information can be obtained from electronic sources. The list of available materials include records that related to a collection of type of image, journal, article, and more. This finding aids book aim to help researchers to find and obtain the desired materials easily. All materials are listed according to the type of collection that documents simple inventory and description of selected materials. The content of this finding aids is based on the material available in the National Archive of Malaysia.
Tan Sri Fatimah was born in Parit, Keroma, Muar, Johor on 25 December 1954 and was the Minister of General Welfare of Malaysia on 20 May 1969 and was the first woman in Malaysia to hold the position of Cabinet Minister of Malaysia, along with her husband, Tan Sri Abdullah Yusuf, and was the first couple in Malaysia to both be a minister in Malaysia Cabinet. Tan Sri Fatimah was married with Tan Sri Abdullah Yusuf and is blessed with 6 children, 90 grandchild, and 11 great-grandchild. Her eldest daughter is the Director General of the National Library and now has retired. Her second son, Muhammad Shah Abdul Qadir, has now retired as the Chairman of McDonald Malaysia, and his third son, Professor Emeritus Dato' Dr. Khalid, is a former director at the National University Hospital, Kuala Lumpur, and her fourth son, Dato' Anak Ali Abdul Qadir, is a top accountant and used to be a chairman of Ernst & Young Malaysia. Apart from that, her biography book, Tan Sri Fatimah Hashim, written by Dr. Rokia Talib and was launched by the Malaysia Prime Minister Dr. Mahathir Mohamad in 2013, and he was described the book as a struggle for independence and very useful to the younger generation. Who was born in Parit, Keroma, Johor, has received her earlier education at Sekolah Melayu Parit, Keroma, Muar, because at that time was rural yard where family Tun Fatimah still do not provide a school for girls in the village. After which, she continued her studies at Sekolah Melayu Bersing, learning her English at night school, teacher from Sekolah Convent in Johor Bahru. Tun Fatimah also has started to show and interested in the charity work since she was in school. While in her school, she was a very active student and was a chairman and group head of Sekolah Melayu Perempuan. In 2016, Sekolah Menengah Kebangsaan Tun Fatimah Hashim was established in Johor Bahru, Jalan Nibong 48, Taman Daya, but because the school does not have a dormitory and has been changed from SMK Taman Daya 3 to SMK Tun Fatimah Hashim on 7 December by Encik Rohaiza bin Muhammad Hanafiah, Assistant PPD. For Tun Fatimah, who have been received non-formal education, the family and her own restitute, and because her family environment has been the catalyst Tun Fatimah on to dabbling in politics to begin to quiet or justice and the dignity of women in Malaya at that time. Furthermore, the close friendship between Tun Fatimah and also Tunku Abdul Rahman highlights the nature and talent of leadership in Tun Fatimah herself, and a book that has been written by Nick Safia and Rokia at 2003 states that Tun Fatimah involvement in the world of leadership is due to the openness of her family member minds to the woman's own role as a leader was clearly ahead of its time. Tun Fatimah are also a woman political leader who matured as determined to fight for national independence due to her family relationships with individuals who have banned Tun Fatimah as a leader of the nation, and her parents are also active in fighting for national independence. Service and sacrifice Tun Fatimah in fighting for the rights and dignity of women in Malaya was undisputed by the spirit that brought her opened the eyes and minds of the community of women at that time were considered weak, but she showed and proved that a woman are able to lead community and on par with other males leaders. Tun Fatimah's commitment and the credibility that she possessed as a heroine of the country is quite hard to match. Her loss deeply mourned by the whole society because the country has already lost a figure and a leader who fought for the dignity of women in this country. Today's women should take Tun Fatimah as an idol because of the spirit and the knowledge that should be refined to further empower women in this country.
Hi, Assalamualaikum. I am Syahmina and I will talk about the political career of Tan Sri Fatimah Hashim. Firstly, about the year of services in her political career. In 1947, Tan Sri Fatimah Hashim has started her career in politics by joining the United Malays National Organization (UMNO) during her 21 years old. At that time, UMNO was the main party in the ruling coalition. She founded the Kaum Ibu movement and she was the precursor to Wanita UMNO at the Kampung Non Cip branch in Johor and later served as a treasurer. In 1956, Tan Sri Fatimah Hashim has chosen as head of movement in Perak State and be the head of division in Ipoh. From 1956 to 1972, she was the leader of Wanita UMNO for 16 years. In 1959, when she was defeated more established male candidate in the Jitra Padang Terap election, her abilities and leadership capabilities become clear to become a leader. In 1969, Tan Sri Fatimah Hashim was appointed as Minister of General Welfare. She is the first Malaysian woman to hold a ministerial post. In June 1969, as the Minister of Welfare, she was reported to provide helps to Indian families in Kampung Cubadak or Kampung Cempedak, Sentul, who were the victim of 13 May incident. Next, the story before Tan Sri Fatimah Hashim and her career of minister. In June 1972, Tan Sri Fatimah Hashim was defeated as UMNO woman leader by Senator Aisyah Ghani in the UMNO General Assembly. On 7 July 1972, when she was 48 years old, she announced her resignation about the minister but remained as the member of parliament for Jitra or Padang Terap, and the matter was told to the Prime Minister of Malaysia, Tun Abdul Razak, after the presentation of the budget. From 1969 to 1973, Tan Sri Fatimah Hashim has served as the nation's first female cabinet minister carrying the welfare ministry. There were obstacles and tasks to overcome, and she had no precedent to draw on. She took all in the stride and went about her job. Tan Sri Fatimah Hashim once said, I embrace everything with a true heart as a pioneer for women in my field. I did the best I could with the ability I had. When there were hurdles, things become more intriguing, Tan Sri Fatimah Hashim once said. Lastly, the story of Tan Sri Fatimah Hashim characteristic as a leader. As the leader of first Malay woman to become minister, Tan Sri Fatimah Hashim often invited to give speeches and lectures in seminars, forums, or conferences organized by various kind of organization, both within the country or outside the country. According to the text of Tan Sri Fatimah Hashim's speech at the Malaysian UMNO Women Movement Conference, she had said that the knowledge about science and technology in our surrounding is important to learning about ourselves, to love ourselves, and love the nation. She has also participated in many activities that involve the state to maintain Malaysia towards the independence. She is also good at managing and working with people from various kind of field. She is good at winning people's heart and also encourage the education in the neighborhood and the nation so that the education is being developed. She had also involved in associations such as St. John Ambulance and Women Institute.
At this page, the opening of seminar improve moral, attitude and dedication in Institute Teknologi Marang. This seminar were officiated by the Prime Minister that known as Tunku Abdul Razak bin Hussein. Tunku Abdul Razak bin Hussein given a speech at this seminar, and the program also invite the Tun Fatimah and the other ministry to come and enjoy the program. Tun Fatimah also with the ministry escorting the Prime Minister on going through the program at this seminar. This seminar was on 10 January 1972. The involvement of Tun Fatimah in the Red Cross organization. Tun Fatimah also more active in the social activities. Tun Fatimah also been chosen to become a deputy president of the National Council of Women's Organization from year 1962 until 1975. Tun Fatimah also been chosen to become a vice president of the Red Cross organization. With the title of the vice president, Tun Fatimah also gave a speech in a meeting of the Red Cross organization. In the speech of Tun Fatimah talked about this organization must improve the leadership skills so that the youngest generation will make a change in the future for the country. Involvement of Tun Fatimah in the Social Welfare Department. Tun Fatimah was a Minister of General Welfare Malaysia from the 20 May 1969 until 28 February 1973. Tun Fatimah was appointed Minister of General Welfare and took the oath in front of the Majesty of Sultan Ismail Nasiruddin Shah Ibni Sultan Haji Zainal Abidin Muazzam Shah at the age of 55. Tun Fatimah also given a speech when she was a General Welfare Minister. So the goal of the organization to become an organization that can stand on its own without any support from the outside organization. Also, one of the purpose of the organization is to make sure that the welfare work being appreciated by the other society and community, and they want to exchanging thought to improve the quality of the welfare work.
Assalamualaikum and good day, Madam Jen and colleagues. I am Ameerul and I will continue on the chapter of contributions of Tan Sri Fatimah Hashim. Tan Sri Fatimah Hashim is synonymous with women's leadership and the women's rights movement in this country. In 1962, Tan Sri Fatimah Hashim initiated Malaysia's National Women's Day celebrations. She was also the founder of the National Council of Women's Organizations, known as NCWO, and held the position of president for 24 years, advocating women's rights until retiring from office in 1989. Through NCWO, she brought together and organized women leaders from different backgrounds and circumstances to work together to improve the status and security of women at work and in society. Her efforts to push for equal rights and equal pay has made Malaysian women today enjoy these rights in the workforce. She is also the founder of Women's Day in Malaysia, which is celebrated on August 25th every year, a celebration that remains celebrated until today. Tan Sri Fatimah Hashim was the first woman minister in the Malaysia cabinet. She held the welfare portfolio from 1969 to 1973. Besides objections and challenges as a pioneer for women in the Welfare Ministry office, she accepted the challenge and wasted no time in shaping the office to look like a proper government office. Besides her tight schedule as a Minister of Welfare and the President of NCWO, Tan Sri Fatimah Hashim has also held positions in several institutions and has received many accolades and recognition for her work. She was a member of the Community Welfare Lottery Board Committee, council member of the University Malaya, Asunta Hospital Committee member, member of the Ipoh Women's Training School Committee, member of the Malayan Level Alliance Committee, member of the Committee of the National Unity Council of Malaysia, Vice President of the Red Crescent Society, and Pro-Chancellor of University Technology Malaysia. The National Mangku Commander Star Award, or PMN, brings the title Tan Sri for Tan Sri Fatimah Hashim, which placed her as the foremost woman in the country to get the title. It is rarely known that she got this award along with the first group ever was given the title of Tan Sri by His First Majesty Yang di-Pertuan Agong on 31st of August 1958 in conjunction with the first independence celebrations. Tan Sri Fatimah Hashim is also a great believer in education. Although she did not enjoy the opportunity to further her studies, she always fought for progress in that area. In 1995, she was the Pro-Chancellor of University Technology Malaysia, and in 2000, the university awarded her an honorary doctorate in education. Then, in 2003, she was bestowed the Seri Setia Mahkota or SSM Award, which carries the title Tun by His Majesty Yang di-Pertuan Agong. Tan Sri Fatimah Hashim was one of the 4 leading and outstanding Malaysians to receive the Anugerah Merdeka Award for the Education and Community category in 2009. That is all from me. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Imana Binti Mustakin and I will continue with Chapter 5, Social Activities of Tan Sri Fatimah Hashim. Opening Ceremony of Rumah Budak Laki-Laki Sarawak. On June 1972, Tan Sri Fatimah Hashim, who was the welfare minister at that time, officiated the opening ceremony of the Rumah Budak Laki-Laki Sarawak, which translated in English will bring meaning of Sarawak Boys House. This Rumah Budak Laki-Laki Sarawak was taken over by the Minister of Welfare under administration of Tan Sri Fatimah Hashim on 19 July 1971. This Rumah Budak Laki-Laki Sarawak is the only moral school in East Malaysia. The overall construction cost spent for this moral school is $676,000. This school also aimed for the residents of Sabah and Sarawak. The objective of this established moral school is to detain, train, educate, and rehabilitate juvenile criminals, as well as those who are ruled by the juvenile court because they require care and protection, or out of control. Education, vocational training, games, religions, and morality are the remedial methods to enhance manners of the boys who are sent to this school. Tan Sri Fatimah Hashim also further emphasized that the ministry under her administration has taken decisive action to enhance services for the juvenile offenders, including the establishment of a moral school, 2 moral hostel, and 2 girls and women training center as part of the First Malaysia Plan. Finally, Tan Sri Fatimah Hashim emphasized that the issue of child criminality cannot be taken alone by government agencies. It requires the support of the public to attain success. Next, ceremony of additional building of the Tampin Old Folk Home. The ceremony of the additional building of the Tampin Old Folk Home was held on 31st May 1972 by Tan Sri Fatimah Hashim. Through the ministry under her administration from the Community Welfare Lottery Trust Fund, Tan Sri Fatimah Hashim has donated $12,000 to the Tampin Old Folk Home. The fund were utilized to construct a new structure that will serve as a restroom and reading area. Furthermore, Tan Sri Fatimah Hashim also stated that the Central Council of Welfare Malaya has agreed to take over responsibility for organizing all the old folk homes volunteers in the West Malaysian. She also feels that the services supplied to old folks by the Council of Social Welfare Centre Tanah Melayu are important, and it should be improved compared to the services provided by the Ministry of Welfare to avoid old folk from begging. Moreover, apart from the government support, voluntary bodies should also seek public help, and residents in that district should offer aid in the form of money or food. Initially, the hope expressed by Tan Sri Fatimah Hashim is that the member of the council community will take positive steps toward the goals that she has mentioned. Lastly, Tan Sri Fatimah Hashim also involved in social activities in the opening of a handicraft sales center at Rumah Pok Leongkok, Penang. On 30 November 1972, Tan Sri Fatimah Hashim, Minister of Welfare, officiated at the opening session of the Handicraft Sales Center in Rumah Pok Leongkok, meaning in English which is Pok Leongkok House. Pok Leongkok is taken from 3 Chinese phrases that signify perlindungan bagi yang baik-baik, meaning protection for the good. She remarked that all humans can be excellent citizens. However, some people have learned and practiced incorrect conduct and behavior due to constantly being in contact with the bad element around them. Therefore, it is critical that foundations such as Rumah Pok Leongkok to be formed to correct out-of-control behavior, provide protection, and to develop good characteristics that are still hiding among the bad ones. Therefore, Tan Sri Fatimah Hashim is pleased that Rumah Pok Leongkok has already established a handicraft sales center and has welcomed her call for skill training as well as handicraft center to establish a general sales center where the foundation handicraft product can be displayed and marketed. In addition, Tan Sri Fatimah Hashim also stated that the existence of this sales center can add another financial source and will also continue to create high-quality items that are priced competitively based on customer demand. As a result, the profit received will provide residents with a feeling of fulfillment, restore self-confidence, and foster a new spirit when they see that their efforts and energy have been warmly received by the public. This is critical for the intended rehabilitation procedure for offenders. The issue of marketing goods produced by Community Welfare Foundation also a problem for ministry under her administration. Tan Sri Fatimah Hashim, as a result, has encouraged all agencies to consider establishing a combined goods sales center in each state. As a result, it will contribute to increased effort to attract more tourists. Eventually, Tan Sri Fatimah Hashim, President of the Malayan Social Welfare Council, stated that her council will always support the Handicraft Sales Center business plan.
In conclusion, with this project, It make a great benefit for us, especially on we get a knowledge in using and finding the material that can be getting in the National Archive of Malaysia. Other than that, we also learn about the history of Tun Fatimah, her biodata, and the activities that she joins in her past year. Tun Fatimah also make a wind of changes to the woman and the Malaysian organization. With that big responsibilities, we cannot repay her great services for our country.